today I'm giving you a behind the scenes look into what it is like running several businesses here on the continent of Africa. This is it. This video isn't my typical setup. I'm typically, made up somewhere that the lighting is still fantastic, but sitting up with my notes, and this is me coming to you from my bedroom because this is where I worked from today because I wasn't feeling great. And I wanted to work from my home in my bed, and what a luxury to be able to do that. And that's what business looks like for me here. I'm building several businesses here on the continent, and on this channel, I share my experience of doing that, as well as my life as a mother and as a woman here on the continent of Africa. So welcome to the channel. If you're new, my name is Ashley. On my channel, Ashley in Africa, I share my experience of living and doing business here on the continent of Africa. I work with 6- and 7-figure entrepreneurs who are interested in investing in the continent, creating a business for the growth of Africa. And I do that through our membership-only community called the Africa Investors Academy. That community is growing and we're changing lives. People are moving to the continent, they're launching businesses, they're getting government contracts. It's been really exciting, and the resources and tools that are coming into the community are increasing every day. So if you have an interest in joining us, we'd love to have you. The link is in the description below. And so what is it like doing business on the continent? Honestly, being here in South Africa, it's very similar to what it would be like in the US. I think if I were building these types of businesses, right? But the best part of it is I'm not in the US. I mean, it's a great country, but I just don't want to live there. And for several reasons, which include, I just have a better quality of life here. The cost of living is better. There's still a sense of work-life balance. That includes me spending time with my children, being a full-time mother, and living off of an income where I'm not working 80 hours a week, 40 hours a week. I can still earn a comfortable income and have a great quality of life, as well as creating impactful content, systems, communities that are impacting change. And so the businesses that we're running here are the Africa Investors Academy, which I just mentioned in the beginning of the clip, the Africa Investors Academy Summit, which is going on this August in Zanzibar, and it's actually going to be a 5-year program. We've gotten some sponsors. We've secured some amazing sponsors, which I can't wait to announce. But hint, one of them is the biggest developer in the country of Tanzania. And also, it's Ashley in Afrika, this media brand that has grown to nearly 35,000 subscribers here on YouTube, about another 5 over on Instagram, another 5 over on LinkedIn. So that's exciting. And we're coming out with that book that I've been talking about for months. So that's on the horizon. We're also launching the Executive Investors Group, which is for 6- and 7-figure entrepreneurs and investors who are ready to invest, at least $250,000 in projects around agriculture, real estate, art, and humanitarian projects. So really excited about that. And of course, we've got Brand Up Global, which helps to connect founders to capital, customers, and high growth opportunities. We're doing it. We're doing the damn thing here on the continent. And behind the scenes looks like this. Some days I'm working from home, working from bed. I just hired a virtual assistant who is really leveling up my business. And so I've also been onboarding him and training him the last couple of weeks. So I've had to be really close to my computer, and it's been a lot. Like this shift coming from living a life where I was on vacation all the time in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, to now really kicking the business into high gear it's been a shift, but it's been necessary. And exciting to see the growth and the adoption, from pitching projects and policies to government, large corporations, developers, institutions of African leadership, doing moderations to speaking with, world leaders, and yeah, it's been real. So it's required a level of focus for sure. I haven't really been out much. I haven't been doing a ton of social things lately outside of spending time with my girls. I mean, this type of work, this type of commitment and desiring to create impact, long-term, mega economic impact, and really putting motherhood first, and putting that impact within my children first is taking up my time. And I'm grateful for that, right? This is the life that I've chosen. This is the life that I desired. This is the life that I'm so grateful to have. And I wouldn't do anything differently except for maybe have started sooner, right? So if that resonates with you, let me know. Leave me a like below. And let's get into some of these wins. Let's get into some of the wins that I've experienced over the last couple of months. I've had some really good months. Revenue has been up. The community is obviously growing. The credibility is growing. So my ability to walk into rooms and share, this is my mission, this is the work that I do, those things are relatable because now I've got multiple platforms that I can direct people to around who I am, the work that I do, and the work that I care about. And as I mentioned, there are these public and private partnerships that are being pitched, that are in the works, that are happening. And I secured some sponsorships and partnerships for an event that I never thought I would be doing, which is a trip and investment tour in Africa, in Zanzibar, the fastest growing tourist destination on the continent. And, it hasn't come easy. There's been some challenges for sure, but I can always look at challenges as opportunities for growth. And, I'm still in the process of a South African business visa. That's still a thing. I think there's been a global extension just because there's been a lot of delays, but it's working out in my favor, ironically, as always, as all things always do. There's been a couple of partnerships on the way that have gone wrong and awry and that have had to end. And that reminder has been how abundant that I am and how my abilities, my intellect, my intelligence, my fortitude is what I can always rely on, as well as the protection of my guides, my ancestors, my angels, my loved ones, and the ultimate creator. And I'm whole, I'm in a new country. And it takes years to establish yourself as a foreigner. People say I'm not a foreigner, which I agree. But as a person who's brand new, anybody can come up in their hometown. But when you're coming to a whole new country with whole new cultural aspects, it's not easy. But this time and this desire to humble myself, learn more about the culture has given me an immense amount of respect, gratitude, and allowed me to really focus in on what values I have and what's important to me. And I give thanks. I give thanks for that. So this is just a brief mini vlog about the behind the scenes of what it means to do business, for me here on the continent of Africa. So I hope that inspired you, gave you some insight into what it looks like for me behind the scenes. And I'd love to work with you, whether it's in our academy, our executive investor group, or one-on-one. All of those links are below in the bio, and I will see you in the next video.